The COVID situation may sound grim, and businesses are certainly feeling that way. Earlier today, the provincial government announced up to $22 million to help lessen the economic toll. Starting next week, businesses affected by the 50% capacity limits will be able to apply for a grant of up to $12,000. But is it enough? Willows Christopher is with the Shrugging Dr. Beverage Company. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Loren Remillard is president and CEO of the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Willows, is it enough?
I'm going to go ahead and say no. We're a company that's under 9 employees, and for that, it's a $3,000 grant. Maybe if it was $3,000 a month, but as of now, it's a $3,000 one-time payment. That'll help me probably till the end of December, but after that, I don't know.
Well, when you heard the government, the finance minister and jobs minister talk about these supports, what went through your mind? What did you make of it?
I want to be positive about it. You know what I mean? I'm glad they're at least thinking about small business owners. I'm glad they're putting something in place. But last time, if we look at the last 2 years when we've gone into lockdowns, it's not like it was just, it's 3 weeks and then we'll be back open full. Don't worry. I have a feeling this is just going to kind of, get worse and we're going to be fully locked down here. So a one-time kind of payment isn't really going to help a lot of business owners pay their, recurring rent and bills and everything that they got to pay whether or not we're open or not.
Loren, what have you heard from your members so far who are part of the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce?
Well, definitely the same level of anxiety, frustrations with where we are in terms of COVID and, another round of restrictions. But today's announcement overall was welcome, was greeted with relief and appreciation. I hear what Will's saying. I get asked that question often, is it enough? And after 2 years of businesses struggling to just keep the lights on, you can never say it's enough. We don't even know where the end is. But one of the real strengths of the program that was announced today was, and was something that the Winnipeg Chamber was pushing for, was not to make it a one-time payment, but to make it a program whereby if restrictions are extended or if new sectors are brought into the restrictions, that the program expands and meets those ongoing needs that businesses are facing. That's the real strength of today's. I think what we saw with the previous Bridge Grant program was here's a one-time payment. What we heard today was a response to what the Winnipeg Chamber had been calling for, and that's this is a program that will evolve as business needs evolve.
Willows, if not this, what do you think would have been helpful for you to hear about when it comes to provincial economic supports?
They're in a hard position, an impossible position, I say, would be probably fair. In an ideal world, we'd be back open and able to operate and everything would be okay. But, obviously we want to put people's safety and health at the forefront of everything. So, what's fair? None of us business owners, I don't think, are looking for, a handout or anything. But, when we're getting reduced capacity and when we're not able to do sampling and of our products and stuff like that, it reduces our ability to earn money. So I'd like to see, at least, payments that equal kind of what we're losing kind of thing. But, I understand it's a hard decision to make for any government.
Loren, if you had the magic wand and you were the finance minister and jobs minister, what kind of support would you make happen in a snap?
Well, a program like this, obviously, there's still other sectors that are not included in this. And those are, for example, the restaurants. There's an entire series of industries that support the restaurant industry, providing wholesale goods, services, machinery, all those sorts of things that have seen their business decline as a result. Events, capacity restriction, hotels definitely, seeing that impact right away. But then there's sector industries that do event management that aren't included in this. So, it's difficult to say what's the perfect solution. I think what we saw today, though, was a really good start. And again, the strength of the program is that the ministers were very clear. This isn't necessarily a one-time program, but should the need continue beyond January 11th, the government will be there with additional funding. And, Will's comment is bang on. Business doesn't want to be dependent on government assistance. Business wants to be open fully and serving their customers and providing their goods and products. But with public health restrictions, business is constrained. So it is only fair and reasonable to ask government to step to the table, because the best thing we can do for all Manitobans is have businesses open, operating, and successful when we're on the other side of the pandemic.
Willows, I know you chuckled as I asked about the magic wand there, but we are talking about money, and behind those businesses and that money are people. What would you want listeners to better appreciate in this time of continued uncertainty?
I guess I just want to tell people to shop local, right? Like, Costco is going to be around here after all this is done, but a lot of small businesses might not be. So just appreciate kind of the hard times that a lot of small business owners, are going through, and how these restrictions can affect, their livelihoods, and, my employees and my family and the people I support, are all affected by this.
Loren, what about you?
Well, same thing. Shop local. I mean, I always remind people, a social is a Manitoba, one of our proud Manitoba calling cards. But when you go to a social, take a look at which businesses are supporting that social. It's the neighborhood business. It's the small and medium-sized mom and pop shops that every time the community has asked something of them, they've stepped forward. They employ our friends or family. They employ our neighbors. They provide revenue back to our province. More dollars. When you shop local, more dollars stay local than otherwise. So business needs your help now. They're calling in a favor, and we need you to be there for them.
Good of you to come back on the show. Thanks very much, Loren.
Thank you very much.
And take good care, Willows. Willows Christophers with the Shrugging Dr. Beverage Company. Loren Remillard, President and CEO of the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce.